Yo, what's up, bandheads? It's your boy J Law. We checking in, and guess what? Today you are hanging with the bandheads. I had the pleasure of going up to Trotwood, Ohio, and I got to see some bands that I have never saw before in my life, and I really, really enjoyed these bands. It kind of really brought me back to my days in high school because the bands weren't like 150 members. We had enough, and we did work with what we had, because it don't take many to do plenty, is what Carl Collins used to tell us back in the day, at Lake Charles Boston High School. But that was in the 90s, so we old. But I had such a good time with that, that I really wanted to share my experience with you guys, from being a part of this Battle of the Bands, and also bring on some of the band directors that were a part of this event. And so the event was hosted by Trotwood Madison High School down in Trotwood, Ohio, where I, for a long time, I thought my crab brother was actually still there, and I found out that this brother that I'm about to bring on, he was the band director at Trotwood Madison High School. Y'all say what's up to my good friend, Mr. Travis Bean. What's up, Travis? How you doing, brother?
What up, though, my brother? I'm doing great, man. Glad that you have me on today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being a part of this. And thank you for inviting me to come up and hang with you guys up there. I really, really enjoyed it. So let me ask you, what made you want to do this Battle of the Bands this year? We've been dealing with COVID. Bands have been shut down. Things have been going crazy all over the United States and the world. What made you want to put this event on?
Well, a few reasons. One, I'm a first year band director here at Trotwood Madison High School,
Hmm.
and I'm well aware of the Trotwood Madison High School band traditions. And one tradition that they had was having and hosting a battle of the bands every last April of every year.
Okay.
So I wanted to continue that tradition. Also, things started loosening up, COVID wise, and I started seeing more events taking place and more people feeling more comfortable and almost normalized to the point to where they didn't mind being around each other again in environments that are outside.
Mhm.
So I was like, why not? Let's start this first year with a bang.
Right. Okay. And a bang indeed it was. I mean, the crowd was lit. The DJ was lit. The bands were lit. The kids got the opportunity to come out and show off their talents in their own way. And they it just, I just saw so much passion from these kids. I think that's what really locked me in, because me to be a band head is the one that just love everything that is band. It's not just marching band, it's not just symphonic band, and not just stage band. I love it all. But to see the passion that these kids had and the energy that they were putting into everything that they were doing reminded me of high school. We felt like we was at war every time we picked the
Yeah.
horns up. And that's the mentality that I got from every single band that was there, even all the way down to the drum corps that came there by themselves. They
Yeah.
just seemed like it was all about business. And so the Midwest band directors, y'all don't get a lot of publicity. Y'all don't get a lot of attention. The only person that, I mean, I know people, because I marched with them in the band, and came up there, and James Charles, and then
Yeah.
I know about Vashon, some of the SU legends and all that, because I
Yeah.
went to Southern. But and only thing we really heard from Detroit was Deontay, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
You know, I thought you was him. Remember, I said you sound just like the man on the phone. You sound like just
Yeah.
like Deontay. But
Cut from the same cloth.
so we're gonna bring everybody on, and first we're gonna have the band director from River Rouge up. You want to give him an introduction,
Oh,
Mr. Foster?
definitely. Yeah, man, y'all, this is the great Nigel Foster. He's actually my mentor of the past 8 years, my double frat, Gamma Psi and Phi Beta. So, man, the list goes on and on. This man knows everything about everything, and he's a master of some choice words. So my brother though. brother from
What
another
band
mother.
director is it? Thank you, Mr. Foster, for joining us. Can you I'm gonna get to Travis later, but so Travis, you off the hook for now. You know, just get back, throw a little color commentary. Y'all relax, enjoy yourself. This is just we hanging out, okay? But Mr. Foster, what I want you to do is give me your band pedigree, okay? So you can either start from freshman year of college or wherever you started at high school, and lead us to where you are now.
Okay. Well, first, thanks for having me. But I am a product of Detroit Public Schools. I'm from the 90s era as well. Um, I went to Frank Cody High School.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Under the
Green and
direction
gold,
of,
right?
yeah, Green and Gold, the mighty Green and Gold.
Yeah.
And so I was under the direction of Mark Croft. And so I got um, a lot of inspiration from him, watching him, as a band director, being a kid. But anyway, so I went to Cody. I then matriculated to the Jackson State University.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Yeah, I crabbed in the 90s as well.
okay.
And yeah, and after college, I came back to Detroit and purposely came back to Detroit to give back to my own community. And so I've been here for the past 20 plus years.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. So and so we're gonna bring up the next person on the show. And then once we bring everybody up, I'm gonna ask you guys just a few set of questions, and then we're gonna show everybody how your band when they participated in the freshest Battle of the Bands that was featured down in Dayton, Ohio at Trotwood Madison High School. I have to say all of that. I don't know. It's like a pimp named Slickback. You just got to line it off to say all of that, right? So, Mr. Bean, can you introduce our next person on the show?
Well, we have another legendary high school band director that's been doing it a great deal of time. Very, 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 man, he's like a military leader, when it comes to his children and how they respond to him. Man, of very few words, but what he does say is very, very mighty. And man, I just can't wait for y'all to get a chance to meet and see Mr. Donshine Wilson.
Welcome, Mr. Wilson.
Hey man, thanks man. It's a pleasure to be here and an honor.
For being a part of the show. We really appreciate it. So, just like we did, Don Sean, same thing from you. Let's hear your band pedigree.
Man, I started in music in 1979 from East Cleveland City Schools, which is where Shaw is, Shaw High School. I graduated from Shaw in 1988, went on to Central State University. Dr. James Oliver was my band director at Central State. He's now the director of band at Alabama State. I came back to East Cleveland. I've been at Shaw for 24 years, putting in a great deal of work and trying to, I heard you speak about putting the Midwest on the map. That's what we all been trying to do here for a couple of decades. And some situations, unfortunate, that came about. So now I'm at Warrensville Heights High School, which is one of our rival schools from the past. But been received here with warm arms and great hearts, man. So I'm just excited to be here.
I thought you looked familiar. You were one of the first bands that I had on my YouTube channel in Mardi Gras. You guys were on the street. I think the police tried to kick y'all out of the parade route right at the end. Do you remember that?
What year was this?
That had to be at least 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe longer.
What parade?
I don't know. It was a Friday night because I had just got into town. Got off the plane. My friend picked up me and my wife, and then we came straight downtown, and we caught the end of a parade. I don't even know which one it was.
Ain't no telling, man. No telling. But yeah, we've been part of Mardi Gras since 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Been putting in work down there too. So this year, next year coming up, they're gonna see Warrensville Heights High School down there too. So we definitely coming.
Yes, sir. Bring that Midwest heat down to New Orleans. Show them how it really gets spicy, right? Now, let me stop. Okay, so So just so everybody knows, this is Hanging with Bandheads. And with Hanging with Bandheads, we did a few episodes about 2 or 3 years ago. And I invite friends over that I meet in the band world throughout the country. And I bring them, and typically I cook. And I barbecue today, but y'all ain't going to get it in time. So I'm going to enjoy it for y'all. Typically I cook and we just hang out, and sometimes they play some of their favorite videos, but this time I really wanted to feature these bands because I need everybody to see what's going down in the Midwest. Now I'm not saying these bands are like the perfect bands, but these are kids giving their all in everything that they're doing, and you can tell listening to them that they're giving their all. So I'm gonna ask you guys a few questions. I got some things pre-written here. So, Don Sean, what lesson has your band taught you this year?
Let me pull something up. Persistence, man. With that, coming to a rival school of 20 years, man, it was the buy-in. So, I had to really use my psychology degree and really work that magic, man, because they were taught to not like me as much, because Shaw was putting in work for 2 decades against Warrensville, man. So to come here, man, and just to get the students to buy in to my philosophy of teaching, my philosophy of discipline, my philosophy as it relates to the approach to music and what type of music that we play. So what they taught me was that I'm able to teach in multiple different ways to multiple different students to get the same results that we want to, that everyone wants to achieve.
Right. And first of all, again, hats off to all of you guys for being an educator in this day and age. With all of the things that are going on in the country, fearing for your life, and then you were, and I'm gonna be honest with you, you're dealing with entitled kids at times, and then you have to learn how to navigate that system and be a band director because you remember what it took for you. That band director came and he taught you, and you like, maybe I can use those same methods, but you like, nah, I can't even teach like my high school band director did, really, to be honest with you, because a lot of these kids, they pulling out camera and they're manipulating all kind of stuff. And I just want to again say salute to you guys for your hard work. And I know y'all, I could tell y'all kids really love y'all. I could really tell. Mr. Bean made his kids get on the face at the end of the Battle of the Bands, and the whole band got down. And I was like, okay, I really like that. But yeah, that's good, to learn from your students. That's one thing that I wanted to ask you guys. Let me ask you, what made you fall in love with band?
Is that to me?
Yes, we're still on you because
it was growing up in the 70s, man. Shaw Band was, I'm not the beginning of Shaw Band. Shaw Band has a long history of tradition of just performing and just entertaining audiences. But coming up through my rearing, man, I used to watch the band come down the street to the games on Friday nights, and I wanted to be a part of that. I used to stand there with a chitlin bucket and the belt, and strapped around me, man. And me and a couple of friends would emulate the drum line as they were marching down the street. But and then just being shown the different genres of music, man. I played the cello. My band director pushed me in high school. I was percussion, but I had to be in the orchestra, so I had to learn how to play the cello. And I was in a jazz band, so I played the set in the jazz band. So just, learning music and seeing how it just really just impacted your soul, man, and how my band director was able to have music on a sheet. And we were able to pull that soul, that energy from that sheet music, man, and just to put it in the air, man, and just to watch people vibe on how we sounded, the way we did what we did back in high school. I wanted to continue that tradition, man. And I tell you, the first college band I saw, they gave me that. I thought I was going to FAMU at first in 1988, but Tennessee State, man, in 1987.
You can hear me. Give me a quick second.
Okay.
Am I okay? We good?
I heard you fine, Doc. We're just trying to see what he's saying here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the audio was fine.
We good?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm sorry about that. My computer froze up on me.
No worries. No, but I happened to witness Tennessee State University in the Circle City Classic, man, and that sound that they had blew my mind. So I was sold on going to college, man.
Give me a quick second, guys. Sorry about that.
Sound like we was getting a little echo.
I don't know what caused my browser to freeze up on me like that.
Because I mentioned FAMU at Tennessee State. Is that what it was?
Might have been. Might have been.
Hey man, but I've taken from every HBCU college band out there, man. I've seen and taken some great things from just about each program and tried to incorporate it into what I do with students. So when my students go to any one of those programs, they're well versed and just that adaptation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry, y'all. Let me just get things back in order.
Okay.
I was trying to add the video and it wouldn't let me add it. So we can get your video ready. All righty. Okay. Yep.
Travis, do you have a parade this morning?
No, we didn't participate in no parades this morning. I was chilling. We ended school on Friday, and I said, you know what? I'm done to band camp physically. We're still strategizing now, but we have our band picnic on Friday of this week, and then after that, man, it's wheels up for me. I'm getting out the country.
Okay, that's right.
Where are we going?
Jamaica, man.
Oh man, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Man.
Let me get the video
That's
going. I actually had the video queued up and ready, but for some reason my Chrome browser is freezing up on me. Let me see if we can get it to play now. There we go. All right. So now we're going to play the show from Warrensville High School. And we're going to show everyone your show. We're probably going to mute our microphone so they can watch it. And then we're going to come back and we're just going to give a little color commentary after watching the show. Good? Let's go.
Is the sound supposed to be off on my end?
I'm sorry about that. Can we hear it now? Still can't hear anything? All righty. See, that's what I get for trusting new tech. That's what I get for trusting new technology. I should have used it the way I used it the old way. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it's not giving us the audio. Let me make sure it's not muted. Are y'all saying something?
I just unmuted now. Can you guys hear
You
me?
just unmuted. I can hear you.
Okay.
I just can't hear the video.
You can't hear the video on your end. I tested this out yesterday and it was working. Let me give me a quick second. Let me open up another browser and play it. See if we can play it directly from YouTube. Sorry about that.
This is giving me ideas though on how to work with my kids. Wheels can't stop spinning, man. I'm like, I'm gonna show our video on mute, and if we don't look like a #1 show, we need to go back to the drawing board there.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Man, this looks like a #1 show, even without the
Man,
audio.
that sound, I did not expect that sound that I got when I heard them playing when they were facing away, but when they turned back around to us and I got that sound, I was like, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I remember where he came from. Yeah, I think people are gonna be on notice. About a good 40 more kids, and it's gonna be some smoke in the city. Here we go. Let me find it here. Warrensville High School. Let me get the YouTube clip going. Pause. Y'all didn't hear that, did you?
No.
Y'all didn't hear anything. Okay, one quick second.
Foster, you got your David Ruffins on today, Doc?
Don't start, Mr. Bean. Don't start.
Oh boy.
While he's getting that together, we had his band put on a roast for him on Wednesday of last week, and I used to serve as his assistant, so I think out of everyone around him, I probably spent the most time around him, other than some of the other assistants on his staff.
Mm-hmm.
And I had put together a little video roast and sent it to him, and they dressed him up like King Foster, as they should. They had a crown, they had a throne, and a robe for him. The kids really set it out. He was coming down the hall, and the percussionist was playing the Coming to America. He like, man, the percussion sound good. He opened up the door, got him. So this is what I didn't tell you about this past Wednesday. This was the second time they surprised him like that, and he still was just as surprised as the first time. So
that's awesome.
We were talking about how much the kids love the directors, man. Those River Rouge babies love Foster, man.
Thank you, Mr. Bean. I appreciate that.
Love you, bruh.
Love you back, bruh.
We might have to change up the game. I will put the videos for the bands at the end, because Restream, which is what I'm using, I tested it yesterday with my kids. I got everybody to get on, and then I played the clip, and they said they can hear it, but it's not working now. So we're just gonna go ahead on with the interview, and we're gonna go ahead on with the interview, and then I'm gonna let you guys go, because I do not want to hold you up on your holiday. Okay, all righty. So up next, we have Nigel Foster from River Rouge High School. Mr. Foster.
Yes, sir.
I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
What was an obstacle you had to overcome this year? And what was the outcome of overcoming that obstacle with your program?
Oh, great question. Well, let's talk about this trotwood competition.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I had to lose a couple of my key players for this competition during the week of the Trotwood competition. And so that kind of set us back a little bit. But however, the kids pushed through and still came out on top, winning first place. And so not only do I have to give those kids that credit for pushing through, but I also have to give God the credit for showing out and allowing us to be able to do that in spite of our little ailment we had going on. So
Okay.
God is good.
Okay.
Always.
All righty. All the time. All the time. Yes, sir. So another question. We're gonna repeat some of these questions. So you guys have heard them, but I didn't have too many because I didn't want to have a bunch of stuff. What has your band taught you this year?
My band has taught me that for them to be, and for me, in an amateur state of their ability, I have a lot of new babies this year. The pandemic, like most bands, kind of wiped us out. And so I kind of had to start over. And so what I have learned is that, even when you have to start over, the kids are capable of still pulling off what you're trying to get them to pull off, or, to run a show a certain way. It's still possible. So that was a great lesson for me to take, into my career. I've had to do this before, but I don't think that it has been on this level. So that has really taught me a lot, that the kids are able to do a lot of things than what you would give them credit for.
Okay. Don Sean, what was your most memorable battle or experience with your band this year?
Well, we really didn't battle anyone. We just did the competitions, but like one on one, we didn't really partake in that. We were just coming for the competition. There was a definitely competition at Trotwood, man. I saw a lot of amazing programs, man, and it's just it definitely have me on my toes, man. So especially Trotwood, my man over there is just Travis already told him, man. I said, "Woo, he got me on my roller skates, man. So I'm moving,
Thank you,
and
brother.
Dr. Foster over there, man. Hey, man, it's just I'm just looking forward to next year, man, just to see what's going on, what type of students I'm going to get in, and just see what we're going to do, man. So I'm just excited about that.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Mr. Bean. So let's start talking to the Bean. Let's see what's going on. So now, in my opinion, your situation might be the best out of everybody's that's here, because you kind of have a cornered market where you are, in regards to being in a small town. Um, Not too many high school bands just like yours in the immediate area. So it seems like you're going to be able to do some great things. This was just your first year, and you turn that
Yes, sir.
program around just like that. I mean, I've seen some videos of them before. And I mean, we're not saying anything about anybody. We just see growth and development here since you've taken the helm of the ship that is Trotwood Madison High School Band. So, my question to you is, where do you see yourself in the next 2 years with this band? Do you see yourself, you guys traveling? Are we going to be going towards more state oriented competitions, things like that? What can we expect of you and Trotwood Madison Band over the next few years?
Well, I don't know what the expectations are. I'm gonna just let the Lord lead me on that. But I do know what I'm setting out to do with this program, which is to just really, once again, make it a fully bona fide band program. One of my greatest accomplishments this year as a band director really has nothing to do with marching band. We revived our concert ensemble this year.
Oh, that's what's up.
And to me, that was the greatest accomplishment, to see the students attempt to dress up and to carry their stands in and to sit down and to take the literature seriously and to play off of breath prep instead of a 1, 2, 3 play. They really took it seriously. I was able to stand next to the stand and bow to the audience and just do all of the pomp and circumstance that's involved with the concert ensemble. And I know the literature, I can't wait to get a more challenging literature, because we're starting to learn things fundamentally that's going to allow us to play, literature. If I get some woodwinds next year, we definitely going to try to go to festival, because I want them to know what it feels like to attempt to get superior ratings, where, in a place where our culture normally doesn't win, if that makes sense.
I got you.
So, I'm setting the bar high as far as development is concerned. Of course, we're gonna do all the fun stuff. We're gonna travel. The kids already told me they want to go to Mardi Gras. I've already had some prominent directors promise me some face to faces publicly. So definitely looking to do that. To keep the kids involved, keep them engaged in what we're doing as a band. And can't wait to come up to Dr. Wilson's competition in the fall. I'm already trying to figure out what we're gonna do for that. Just trying to keep the kids engaged. We did get invited for some international travel this year, but I think we're going to decline due to like COVID restrictions and things of that nature. It's just going to be a little too hard for me to do in year 2. But Nova Scotia, we're coming, just not this year.
That's
not
that's
this year.
what's up.
Yeah,
That's
so
what's up.
it's a lot going on, and I'm just praying that the Lord keep giving me strength to like really keep taking the advice that's given by Dr. Wilson and by Mr. Foster and all the other greats. And at Trotwood, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. Mr. Fisher, Mr. Phillips, Mr. Shelton, like all those guys had something special going on at Trotwood. And what I'm basically trying to do is just trying to keep it going. It was a little harder after COVID, but I think we're on a decent road, heading back to the former greatness that they had.
I can tell the love and the passion that you and your and the other guys have, that you guys are gonna push these bands to a whole nother level. Especially my man that marched in Cody band. I heard y'all was legit back in the day. Y'all was legit.
I ain't play no games.
So I have a question for all of you guys. What is it like trying to well, I'm gonna ask you guys, and you guys can all, whoever wants to respond can respond. What is it like trying to get access to like instruments and different things like that? Are there any challenges you guys are having with that? Because I know that you guys have kids that are in the band, but then with the great things that you guys are doing now, it seems like your membership is going to be swelling over the next few years, because if the band gets popular, that means everybody wants to be in the band. And I can see your guys' bands being popular on y'all campus with the performances that you guys gave. So what is it like trying to get funding for instruments up there? I don't know, because this is a little different down here in Houston. It goes by scores, for UIL, out here, which is the state competition. If you get ones, that means that you're gonna get funding. Like that. If you get 3s and 4s, good luck. Go sell some, do some car washes and some hot dogs and all that other kind of stuff. What's it like for you guys up there?
Well, for Michigan, it's totally different.
Okay.
It's not based on a merit program. Here, it's really based on your individual building's budget. So for me particularly, my budget has always been done just through my individual building and what was allotted to me by the principals, who always rationed out everything to what organizations. But I will say that my current school now has been my best to date as far as budget wise. Getting instruments is a challenge here. Because we're in a low income urban area. So that's not something that is commonplace around here. Is finding instruments and things like that. So um, for us, it would just, I would say, if we need it, you would have to make a way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, that's how we all lived and grew up anyway. So
absolutely,
just keep
absolutely.
on grinding.
Yeah,
Fellas, any one of you guys? Anybody else want
Uh,
to?
my situation was a lot different. Pretty much like Foster's. We didn't, budgeting. We been in East Cleveland for 24 years. It was always like at the bottom as far as the marching band. Although it was, they started giving me a couple of dollars, but 20 to 30,000 dollars when you got at least 50 students, that doesn't go very far. We were kind of blessed when we went to China, man. We had a lot of people that sponsored us, donated a lot of funds. So that's how we were able to get our instruments, the ones that we did have. Being at Warrensville, I'm in a different community. They're very supportive, but now the buy-in is as far as getting them to understand instrumentation, the type of equipment that you need. Just because it's a brand new instrument doesn't necessarily mean that it's an instrument that you can compete with other groups. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. You can have a 2020 Yugo, but it's not going to compete with a 1990 Mercedes Benz any day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just now, I'm kind of educating them on things like that. It's not just the cheapest instrument because it's new. We have to get a quality instrument so that it lasts longer. Our kids can do what we need for them to do with it.
Right. Don't you dare bring me no 4-valve Yamaha sousaphone. Do not bring that into the bedroom. We don't. God save us. Right. I got you. They give you snare drums for a concert band and think you're gonna make it work with the marching band. So yeah. Yeah. So we're going to bring the interview to the close. I really want to thank you guys for being here with us. Sorry about the technical difficulties with the videos not playing. I do have one last question. Who's going to smash who next year?
Oh, Warrensville got it, man. They whooping everybody. They just whooped me last week. So
Warrensville whooped you last week. Oh
they
boy.
whooped me last week, man. They gave me a good one. I'm licking wounds over here.
Oh man.
Nah, man, you know what? Like I said, this year is going to be different. It's challenging. Like I said, being at a new school, getting the students to buy in. But no, man, I think judging when you have adjudicators, man, it's all opinionated. It's based off their opinion. It's based on what they hear, what they hear, or what they like. So it's always hard. So I don't really get into um, the competition as far as the adjudication of the judges.
Mm-hmm.
I guess humbly saying that I've been around for a very long time, and if my kids or my students do what I need for them to do on that field, regardless what a judge say they did, then I'm good.
Yeah.
As long as they did, what they were supposed to do from our rehearsals and things like that, I'm good with it. So that's my motto with that.
That's a true teacher right there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. So before we go, we're going to start with you, Danshawn, and then we're going to go up to Nigel and then Travis. Can you guys give us the social media information for your band so that just in case there's an alumni watching or that will watch this video down the line, they can know how to get in touch just in case they may want to bring a donation to you guys. So Danshawn, can you give us your social media information for your band?
Right now, man, I'm using music through the streets at gmail.com. And, my school email address right now, we don't have a social media platform as of yet, but it's donsean.wilson@whcsd.org.
Okay. If you want to reach out to Mr. Wilson at Warrensville High School, send him a letter saying how much you appreciate what he's doing for your school. Go ahead and email him. I'll put all of the emails after this interview is over in the details below. Mr. Foster, Can you share us your social media information for your program?
Sure. It's River Rouge Marching Band on Facebook, and my email is nigel.foster@riverrougeschools with an s.org.
Okay. All righty. Thank you for that, Mr. Foster. If you are an alumni of any of these schools, I implore you to reach out to these band directors because they really care about these kids. So, do you have something else you want to say, Mr. Foster?
Oh, I do have an alumni page on Facebook called Foster Kids Band Alumni. It's a page on Facebook, and right now I think it was about 160 something alumni on there.
Wow.
But so most of them know where to find me on that, but anybody else can always find me there as well.
Awesome, awesome. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Bean, can you share the social media information for Trotwood?
Okay, TM4 has its own student ran Instagram page, which is TM4 period _ band _ that's on Instagram. And if you want to send me anything, I'm Travis Bean at trotwood.k12.oh.us, or you can reach out to our booster organization, TM Band Boosters at gmail.com.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I believe the Midwest is on fire, and I think the rest of the country will be on notice. I think this year coming up, I'm praying and believing for success for everybody's program and that kids would fall in love with band more than we ever did. Absolutely. I really appreciate you guys for being a part of the show. You guys are awesome for what you do, being male teachers in this day and age. Thank you for hanging with the Bandheads today. If you guys want to reach out to Bandhead Network, you can at bandheadnetwork@gmail.com. You can follow Bandhead Network on all forms of social media for Bandhead Network. And don't forget, if you are in the city of Houston, Texas, Juneteenth weekend, it is going down. We have Houston United Mass Band. We have the Golden Triangle All-Star Band. And we have the New Orleans All-Star Band. I don't know if Dallas is going to show up. Hey, maybe they just going down like the Mavs did. Who knows? But it's going down Juneteenth weekend. Go to BHN, that's Bandhead Network, BHN.ticketleap.com. Proceeds from this battle will be shared with all All-Star bands in attendance to assist them with anything that they are doing in regards to travel or funds that they may need. Bandhead Network always does its best to give back to all of the bands that participate in any event that Bandhead Network is a part of. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Much love to all of your programs and your kids. You guys have a great day, and you guys be blessed.
Thank you for having us.
All right, my brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.